When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk.
Good afternoon, or good morning. Yeah, good afternoon, wherever you are listening from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. We have a special edition of the Mek Wi Talk program. Oh Lord, I'm happy that Miss Moore, can you give me a call if the program is over, please? Miss Sophia Moore, give me a call when the program is over, please. My mother, need your advice. Give me a call when the program is over, please. This afternoon we're gonna speak about dengue fever and also your health. Discover the tool to help yourself when it comes on to your health. I'm going to speak about in the politics now, but later on I'll speak about some politics. But today we have to speak about our health. Our health is more important to us. And if we continue the way how we are going, some of us, including myself, our health is not really that good. This afternoon we're going to speak to Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben will be coming on to speak to us. We're going to speak to him this afternoon. And we're going to talk about what we can do. As a matter of fact, he's right here with us now. I hope we can get to see him. Dr. Ben? What's going on here? I am adding Dr. Ben, and it's not coming up. Oh, Lord, have mercy on us. Oh, here he is. Yes, we have Dr. Ben coming up with us now. And we're going to speak about what is going on. I hope Dr. Ben's signal is good. If not, then we may have to give Dr. Ben a call. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we have lost him. We may have to give Dr. Ben a call to come onto the program. But as I said before, we're going to speak about issues facing our life, especially men. Especially men. Let me see if I wish I could get Dr. Ben because maybe people are going to call in. Dr. Ben, I want to say good afternoon to my good friend Luke George Cook. Okay, let's get back Dr. Ben up.
Yes, man,
Okay.
I'm here.
Yes. Dr. Ben, good afternoon to you, my good friend. Good morning to the land of wood and water.
Good morning, sir. Nice to for you having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yes,
And
indeed. Dr. Ben,
mhm.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
It is indeed the land of wood and water because while coming here, I'm actually in Saint Anne at my clinic here in Saint Anne,
Okay.
and so yes, you pass so much wood and water. There was even roadblock at one point on the road. So many people still demanding electricity, but in spite of it, we're giving thanks.
Yeah, because somebody just sent me a video of protesters, I think, may chop down a tree somewhere. I don't know exactly where, because I didn't get the chance to listen to it or to watch the video. But they sent us a video a while ago, and it seems as the people are still not having water and so forth. But
Yeah.
Dr. Ben, people is going through some rough times. I want you to talk to
Mm.
us about the program that I'm going to be going on. And
Yes.
also, you send me something here. You want me to put it in the chat room for you?
Yes,
A link?
that is a link because it's difficult for me to take calls because even right now as I'm speaking to you, I have uh, maybe about 9 or 10 persons in the waiting area waiting to come in. But this is so important, the
Mhm.
program that you're going to go on, and
Yes,
some new developments for us that I decided I had to share it, and especially a platform like yours, we have to share it.
indeed. Dr. Ben, before we go into the whole thing of herbal medicine and so forth, tell me something. There's a dengue outbreak in Jamaica. What can you say? Can you talk about the dengue outbreak or not? Or can you give us, if in case that happened to us, what should we do?
Well, I did say usually whenever we have the passage of a storm,
Yes.
like the one that we do, we normally, if you recollect, there is almost always some form of infirmity that comes with it.
Yes.
There was chikungunya that came after a storm. Most of the storms that comes always, and I even said it. I'm sorry I didn't even say it in one of my live. I wonder what is going to be the outbreak of disease that comes with this storm. But if it is that persons have dengue, there are some natural remedies that have proven to be traditionally very, very useful. So there is one herb, for example, that has been used traditionally. It's called tawa. This is a
Mm.
herb that is used extensively in countries like the Philippines. In
Is
Jamaica,
it in Jamaica?
yes, it's found in Jamaica, and we know it as milkweed. So anybody who
Oh.
looks up milkweed, it's more known internationally as tawa. And what it does is that it boosts the white blood cell count to over 1,000%.
Mm.
Yes. So
So
also called
how
asthma
would you
weed.
how would you take that, Dr. Ben?
So what you would need to do is that you would need to get the herb, then you would need to dry the herb. Once you dry it, then because it's a very strong herb, once you dry it, then you would need to get it to a dosageable format, which is you would need to now get that dry herb, add it to a blender, dry, no water, no liquid, blend it to a powder, and then you can take 1 teaspoon full to 1 cup boiling water. That's very effective. Another herb that is also very effective is the papa leaf. Papa leaf works similar to tawa by boosting the white blood cell count. With the
Mhm.
papa leaf, I'm recommending for an adult taking one leaf of the green herb now. The green herb. Now you don't have to dry. You can take it dry, but it's safe enough to be taken green. So all you need to
Mhm.
do is to get the leaf, blend it with as little water as possible. Our ancestors, what they used to do is that they used to put it in a mortar and they used to pound it, adding a small amount of water. So if it is that you have a mortar and pestle, it's even better. Some people may not know what a mortar and pestle is. So what you need to do is pretty much beat it, add a small amount of water, put it in a marina or put it in a cloth,
Mhm.
and then just juice it. what you need is a juice. So what you need is about an ounce of the juice. For children, you need half of a leaf. You do the same thing. It's just that you can add a little honey to help with the taste because it's very bitter. And
Mhm.
that works extremely well in very remote parts of the world where people don't have access to medicines. These two herbs that I mentioned are two of the top herbs that I use to fight dengue.
So tell me something now. How would a Jamaican know what this Tara is? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Tawa, Tawa,
Tawa.
Tawa. Yes,
Yes.
it's Tawa, Tawa, Tawa. So as I said,
Tawa. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh Lord. Don't tell me we're gonna lose Dr. Ben. We're trying the signal coming out of Jamaica is not that good because of the hurricane and he's in St. Anne. And we know that we're having some issues over there in St. Anne's and the signal is not that good. Oh,
yes,
Dr. Ben,
yes,
yes. We
yes.
lost you a while ago.
All they would need to do is Google it, Google the word Tawa, that's Tawa, Tawa.
Uh-huh. Oh Lord. Bear with us, please. We're trying to get a hold of Dr. Ben. We keep on losing you, sir. Dr. Ben? I don't know what's going on here. Everything was running smooth a while ago. Now everything is going haywire. Dr. Ben, if you're hearing us, let us know. We're speaking to Dr. Ben. He's going to speak to us about herbal medicine to help with dengue and also a medicine that can detox you. But Dr. Ben, we keep on losing you, sir.
Sorry, man, I'm using my phone, and my phone is a hot gets a lot of call per minute. I should have used my laptop.
So you do have enough time to email yourself and then use the laptop?
I can do that.
Please, please do that, and then hook up back with us because we'd love to hear from you, sir, pertaining to the herbal medicine you're gonna use to detox our body and for us to get healthy, to live to see 199 or 159. You know, we're speaking to Dr. Ben about medicine, herbal medicine that we can use to, you know, detox ourselves and have a better life in a sense of what is, more than the traditional medicine that we're taking. We're not going to say you can't take traditional medicine. You can, but sometimes the Bible speaks about the herb of the earth can assist you in getting better. Later on this afternoon, we're going to speak about what is going on in the land of wood and water. I don't know what's going on, but the signal, I think there is something going on in the air, the signal that is happening to us. And remember that come Friday rather, there will be a live coverage of the protest or the forum live from Canada with our good friend Mr. Wayne Lonesome and Wilfred Radigan will be broadcasting live from Canada on Friday. Let's hope I'm talking about the right thing. I know I emailed it, but everything has been given problem from morning. I don't know what's going on. It seems as if somebody got into my email earlier on. When I logged into my stream to get to whatever, I couldn't find my team song. I couldn't find so many things. As if somebody decided to just go into the system here. But they can't stop me, because when you're God bless, you're God bless. God know what he's doing. We want to say good afternoon. We're really listening from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. We're going to link back base with Dr. Ben as he speaks to us about herbal medicine. But in the meantime, let me go over to what is going on in the news in the news this morning, let me see if I can get some of the news out of the land within water. You know that yesterday, the President of the United States decided he's not going to run for election. And now the Democrat Party has a challenge to get in somebody who can beat Donald Trump. The VP, Kamala Harris, may be the one. Dr. Ben is back on. Let's see if we can get a hold of Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben, good afternoon. Welcome back.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes,
Jeffrey.
let us take it up from where you are. You're speaking about the herbal medicine that we can use to assist us in the sense of dengue fever and so forth. Can you just finish up with that, and then we can go over into what we're going to speak about?
Right. So we talk about the use of herbs like the Tawa. As I said, that it's and funny enough, Tawa would be in abundance now because it proliferates whenever we have rain. So the amount of rain that we just had, I passed it almost a whole lot on the street side here, and of course, so it is in abundance. So that's Tawa. You can dry it.
Spell that for me again, Dr. Ben.
TAWA. So Tawa.
TAWA.
Yes, TAWA twice. TAWA twice. And
yes.
In Jamaica we know it as milkweed. Or
I think I know it.
Yes, it's we also call it asthma weed because it's known to treat asthma and a number of bronchially related incidents, conditions. So it's very good for dengue. Then we have the very famous pawpaw leaves. The pawpaw leaves are very, very, because it's antibacterial. It contains a number of compounds that makes it an excellent remedy for dealing with conditions like dengue. And as I said, that anybody who researches these two herbs, what they will find is that these are the two herbs at the top of the list in countries where people have poor access to health care. These are the herbs that are at the top of the list in terms of being effective.
Okay, Dr. Ben, let us segue into what we want to talk about now, is that how we can get more healthier in a sense of detoxing our body and so forth, and what you're going to give me to use, because I'm going to use some of your remedy to assist myself because I need to get more healthier. Go ahead, sir.
Right. So we're having what is called our Heal Thyself retreat, and I'm very excited because we now have for some time we have been out. We didn't have access to a facility. We now have access to a facility that allows us to conduct our retreats. So we now have access. We now have a 14-room facility. And already the spaces, we got this about less than about Saturday over the weekend or somewhere thereabout, and already most of the rooms have been filled up. We have a retreat that's coming up on the 16th of August. That's here in Jamaica. And the rooms are almost gone already. So we have about two more rooms for persons who are wheelchair dependent, and then we have rooms outside of that. So we have that retreat going. It's called the Heal Thyself retreat. Heal Thyself retreat. And then the one that you're participating in is what we call the Heal Thyself virtual retreat. So what we had planned first was the virtual retreat, which is for persons who can't come to Jamaica, which starts on the 1st of August. Starts on the 1st of August. Our program has 4 components to it. So it has what is called a detox component. So it's three major components. But the 3 major components are divided into 4 segments. So the 4 segments are the detox. All right. So the detox component, which now consists of two parts. So there is a liver cleanse component, and then there's what we call an intracellular cleanse component. All right, so that's a detox. And I'll talk a little bit about that. Most persons who have ailment, I'll talk about it over and over again, that most persons are sick and sick because of the state of their liver. The word liver, your liver basically is the black box for the human body. Nearly, the liver has over 4,000 functions, and of those 4,000 functions, 200 of them are primary functions. And so, if there's somebody listening who is sick, I can almost guarantee you that the liver is implicated in some way or somehow. And so, we've spent a lot of time focusing on the liver. For those persons who are coming in for the physical retreat, they get to benefit not only from the liver flush, but they also benefit from a number of other therapies that targets the liver. So we have this retreat for persons who have chronic ailments, persons who are not healing. If your body is not healing, it means that your healing mechanism is damaged or it is weak. It needs attention. So especially for those persons, we recommend coming in for the 10-day program. If your healing mechanism is not damaged or that weak, then you can do the Heal Thyself retreat virtual. One of the reasons that we're also promoting the virtual retreat is because really and truly the body heals itself. What persons need to do is just to be guided. There are some persons who their system is really, really weak, so they need to come in. And of course, for persons who want to come in, I've sent you a link, which is our contact form, where persons can actually reach out to us.
Hold on for me. I'm trying to get the link inside there, but I want to figure out because what they can do.
They can type it in the description of the video. You can type it in the description of the video.
Yeah, does Google Dr. Ben contact information? That's all they can get?
They can.
Right.
Yes, they can do that.
I'm what I'm going to do. Right. Continue talking to me. Go ahead.
All right. So I'll give you a number. I'll give you a number then. 309-4783. That's a number that persons can they can call our office. It's just that they sometimes may because the amount of calls that we get. To ensure that you get through to us, I really prefer them filling out the form because that way we have their contact, we'll reach out back to them. So as I was saying, that the body, that's 309-4783. So the body heals itself. And so one of the things that I don't want to do that we've done is that there's this misconception that healing, natural medicine is expensive. And I must say that it can be. It's not supposed to be, but it can be expensive. The reason why it's expensive is because even though what we do to help persons to get healing is very simple, because persons can't do it for themselves, because we sometimes have to employ the services of other persons, and because of time, all that is what makes it expensive. And so one of the ways for natural medicine to be effective and for it to be, what's the word now? Not just effective, but for it to be, let me use the word doable, for it to be practical. Persons have to be taught how to do it for themselves. And so that is what I want to do. I want to teach persons how to take care of themselves, because here's what happened. And here's what's happening to me now. My phone, as you can see, it's off the hook, because each time we help somebody, they go and tell 3. So, and it's only one of me. So whereas the persons are multiplying, I'm not. I've taken steps now because we started training some persons. But one of the most sustainable, that's the word I was looking for, sustainable way. One of the most sustainable way to approach natural medicine is where we teach persons to do it for themselves, teach persons to heal themselves. So that is what the Heal Thyself retreat is about. It's not just to help persons to get better. The idea is to teach persons to help themselves get better in the event that they can help somebody else in the future. That's the whole goal. So
hold on for me, Dr. Ben. Stick a pin right there. Remember, you're going to say, for those in the chat room, when I send the link to you, I hope it come up as blue, because I put Google Dr. Ben contact information. I hope they write it come up as a blue writing. If you click on the blue writing, it goes straight to Dr. Ben contact information, where you can fill out the form and so forth, and they'll get back in contact with you. If not, you can call the number, Dr. Ben.
Yes, 309-4783. That's my office number in St. Thomas.
876-309?
876-309-4783.
876-309
4783.
483. You have any
Right.
US number they can call?
Yeah, my US number, no, because I'm trying not to take numbers because it's going to be too much for me to respond to. So I
Okay,
prefer
okay,
persons fill out the form. So the form is the number one way to get through to me because I have somebody now, a team member who monitors that, and
right.
we follow up on that. Then the number is the second way, the second means
Yeah. But
because as I said, person can complete.
the first option, ladies and gentlemen, people on our platform, is go to Google, type in Dr. Ben contact information, or on the chat room here, if it comes up as a blue writing under the Mek Wi Talk name, press on the blue writing, because I just pressed on the blue writing a while ago, and it gets you straight to Dr. Ben contact information. Fill out the form, and they will take it from there. Go ahead, Dr. Ben.
Right. So the Heal Thyself retreat, as I was saying, there's four segments to it. So there's a detoxification where we focus on cleansing the liver. And for persons who come in for the retreat, the physical retreat, we have some more therapies that are geared towards helping the liver. But the liver flush is one. Then there's what we call the intracellular cleanse. The intracellular cleanse is where we cleanse the body from at a cellular level because most persons who are sick, one of the problems sometimes is that the toxin is in the cells. And one reason why some people don't get healing is because the cells are filled with toxins. So there is no space for the medicine. So you're taking the medicine, you're taking the natural stuff. Some persons will say, oh, I took this weight loss program, I took this program, it didn't help. It didn't help because there is no space in the cells for the nutrients to be absorbed. What happens is that we have to get the toxins out, which is also one of the reasons why most people realize that when you detoxify the body, you lose weight. But most of the time you gain weight, it is because toxins are in the cell. The body works, one of the first line of defense that the body has is what we call fat. So this is how the body works. So the body has toxins that is too much. So you have too much. So what happens is that the body is naturally supposed to eliminate the toxin. If, however, the body is not eliminating the toxin, what the body has to do is to find somewhere to store that toxins. So what the body does is that all over the body has fatty cells. So what the body does is that the body feeds the toxins into the fatty cells, and as more toxin comes in, more fatty cells there's more fat. So that's what causes people to gain more weight. The more weight you're gaining is the more receptacle that is being created to have more toxin, which is one of the reasons why once you start to detoxify, now you start to lose weight because the fatty cells and the cells in the body begin to lose the toxins. And so losing weight is going to be a natural result of this detox program. It's a natural result of that because as the body begins to, as what we do is that there's going to be a juice recipe that that persons drink 2 times per day for that period. Once you're drinking that juice, what happens is that you drink that juice on day 3 of the program. On day 3 of the program, the cells become so saturated. It's like a cloud. You know, the water vapor rises until the cloud becomes saturated, begins to precipitate. Similarly, that's what happens. We feed a particular herbal formulation into the cells until the cells become so saturated, until it can't take anymore, until it starts to dump the toxins out. Now, that's why we call it intracellular cleanse. Once you have completed the intracellular cleanse, we move to the 3rd stage of the program, which is flooding the body with micronutrients.
Remember what you're going to say, Dr. Ben. Let me ask you this question, though. When you go on that detox and, cleanse your body and so forth, is it best to do it in the night or in the day or what? Because you have some people go to work, How do you do it?
No. For those doing the virtual retreat, then we will send them the information how to make that juice, so they can make it and they can bring it with them. So they can bring it with them wherever they are. They're going to consume that at 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the evening, and in between we'll guide them as to what foods they will eat. So it's a lifestyle adjustment for about 10 days. So while they're doing the intracellular cleanse now, because the cells become hungry because they have now eliminated, they have gotten rid of the toxins. The cells are in a state where they are now ready to receive. So what we are going to do is we are going to now provide the body with what we call micronutrients. This is a special cocktail of nutrients designed to give the body what it needs. And so when the body gets what it needs, happy cells means happy body. The body now begins to heal itself. Yeah.
We're speaking to Dr. Ben. We're speaking to Dr. Ben about our health. He has somebody you're speaking to right now, but we're going to speak to Dr. Ben. There you go, Dr. Ben. And I know you're in demand, my friend. And I'm hoping that we could get some calls in.
Yes, I do. As I have about 10, maybe 12 people outside because I'm in my St. Anne's clinic. I come here once a month now, but I'm based in Port Antonio and St. Thomas.
So you're not based in Kingston at all?
No, I closed down Kingston, and we now use the St. Thomas office to service our Kingston client because it's just too much traveling for me. Remember, I travel to Kingston, Bay, to Portland, to St. Anne's Bay. It's just too much. And then now I'm coming. I do visit New York and Florida.
Right, and you're getting very young, so you have to be careful what you're doing.
Right, exactly. And I have a wife and a nice wife and family that I want to spend time with as well. So my goal now, Jeffrey, is to teach. That's what I want to do. I want to teach. That's where my passion is. My passion is to teach. I'm not impressed with all these people. I'm more impressed with somebody who comes to see me. And there are persons here. My first client that I saw is from Georgia, and I have a couple of persons out there from Florida and some from different parts of the US who came down just to visit. But I'm not impressed with that. What I want to do is to teach, and that's what the retreat is going to do. For the retreat that we're having, for those persons who take part who come to Jamaica for that 10-day retreat, it's not just going to be that we're going to be helping them. As a matter of fact, I'm due to come to the US, and I'm going to postpone it until the event, until after the 26th, because I want to be here. Even though we have very competent nurse, and we have a ratio of two clients to one nurse, and all our nurses are experienced. We've been doing this every month for 5 years, or they're about 6 years, thereabout. But I want to be here because what I want to do is I want to be here to teach. And so, as I was saying, that we looked at the detoxification component, which is divided into two, which is the intracellular cleanse and the liver flush. Then we have the micronutrients boost, and then we have the fourth component, which is the most important, which is what I call now, David, mind medicine therapy. Mind medicine therapy, because in my involvement with persons who are sick, it is it is totally impossible for a person to be physically sick and it doesn't affect them mentally. Yes. Now, we have a very powerful healing system in the mind. Most people don't even know the mind has about 4 different frequencies. 4 different frequencies the mind has, and at those different frequencies that the mind is at, there are different thought patterns that resonate with those frequencies. So, for example, when a person is sick, unless they have become intentional, they are going to be reduced to a particular mind frequency where they now become fearful, because fear only can take place at a certain frequency that the mind is at. And that frequency now sets the tone for a decline in the person's health. And so I want to teach persons how they can intentionally set the tone for the frequency of their mind, and through the power of what we call consistent, repetitive words with certain music, how they can now begin to experience a level of healing that is unthinkable of. All right. So there are persons who become so proficient in this method of healing that they don't even have to use any type of food or physical medicine. When persons begin to tap into the power of the mind, the scripture says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. When people begin to tap into the power of the mind and to the power of positive speaking, there is no limit as to what persons can do. Persons can look up a gentleman by the name of Win, I think it's Hoffman, David Hoffman or Will Hoffman. And this is somebody who has, through years, specialized into tapping into the power of the mind. This is a gentleman. If you look him up, you will see that he has been able to even consciously take control of his body temperature. He can heat his body up, slow his body down. This is a gentleman that can go on Mount Everest in only a shorts. This is a gentleman that they have put into a glass container with huge amounts of ice, and he was able to.
I think I've saw that one before.
Right, he was able to bring that. Yes, he was able to bring that water to boiling temperature. This is what happens when we talk about the power of the mind. So this is the 4 component that will be a part of our Heal Thyself retreat that I believe is going to be phenomenal.
So Dr. Ben, the Heal Thyself retreat, if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, can that assist you?
Well, here's the thing, Jeffrey. The word diabetes, cancer, all of these labels that we know exist outside the body. Inside the body, there is no, so the body doesn't know the difference between a common cold or cancer. The body doesn't know that difference. These are labels. These are labels that we create, and these labels are created specifically because with the intention of impacting the mind. So here's what. So our mind makes that distinction. Our body doesn't make that distinction. And so because we make that distinction in our mind, it affects certain frequency. It appeals to certain frequencies. So for example, if you heard that you, for example, had a common cold, in your mind, you would naturally dismiss that as something that you just need to take some home remedy for, and you're okay. If you hear of cancer, your approach is totally different. The labeling in your mind is what now adjusts your response. It affects fear. It causes fear. It causes a whole range of emotions that now either decelerate or accelerates the healing process. So we've got to ensure that any component of healing that we embark on, it has to include the state of the mind. And that is the reason why, as I said, it's going to be powerful. Now, apart from the state of the mind, yes, there are going to be, we talk about the micronutrients, because a lot of the time, as I said, one of the fundamental principles of healing and medicine is that the body heals itself. So we have to ask that very important question. If it is that I get a cut, naturally I watch it until it gets healed. That's what the body does. If it is not healing, then something is wrong. It's the same thing with diabetes, same thing with high blood pressure, same thing with hypertension, same thing with cancer. If it is that there is a dis-ease or a discomfort in the body, if it is not naturally being corrected, what's the problem? And most of the time, it's the cause of the body's healing mechanism being damaged. No, I don't want to oversimplify the healing process, because there are certain conditions that are genetic, not even genetic, there are certain conditions that are caused by human involvement. There are certain man-made diseases, there are certain man-made viruses that now creates complication. But for those natural diseases, as a matter of fact, disease is how the body communicates to us. So again, we have been taught to fear disease. Disease is not bad. Disease is not a bad word. It's how the body tells us that something is wrong, that there's disharmony. Once we correct that disharmony, then the body just heals itself.
Somebody was asking in the chat room, Dr. Ben, how do they get rid of knee pain?
Now, a lot of these diseases, like knee pain, so I'm going to answer that in a general sense, because of course I would have to know more about the person or talk to the person. So I'm going to talk in a very general sense. And I want to just say that all of what I'm saying is just general information. It's not intended to diagnose or to treat or to get anybody not to follow their doctor's prescription, because you would have been under the care of a healthcare provider who would have known you, would have had more intimate knowledge. So what I'm sharing with you is just general information. In order to speak more specifically, I would have to consult with you. I'd have to know more. But for knee pain, there are a number of factors that can cause knee pain. One of them could be arthritis, and there are different types of arthritis. There is arthritis, there is rheumatoid arthritis. But what I can say in general is that it would be the result of inflammation, whether it is rheumatoid, whether it is arthro, whether it is due to trauma where the person actually bumped their foot when they were young or at some point in their life. It is due to inflammation. And so what we want to do is we want to get the inflammation down. There are certain herbs, and there's one family of herbs that I can mention that works exceptionally well in getting inflammation down. It is a family of herb called Piper, Piper. A very good herb in that family is a herb called cowfoot ointment, cowfoot leaf. I say cowfoot ointment because we actually make an ointment from that herb. But cowfoot is actually an anti-inflammatory herb, and what it does is that it reduces inflammation, but it also strengthens the bone. Other herbs that come to my mind are herbs like prickly ash. Prickly ash. I say, here's what happened, Jeffrey. When persons talk about what's good for what, it's actually not a good place to start, because the body also tells us what it needs. A part of my training, a part of what I do, a part of what I educate persons and guide persons to do is not just to identify the problem.
Sorry.
It is to help persons. It is to help persons to determine, how do you determine what the body is saying to you? Because there's not just one pain, there are different types of pain. So if you study your body also tells you what it needs. And then what you do there, so that's the first half of the puzzle. The second half of the puzzle is now herbs tell us what they have to offer. So it is matching what the cells of the body say that they need in order to be healed with what plants say that they have in order to bring about that healing.
And for those who are just joining us, we're speaking to Dr. Ben. And if you want to get in contact with Dr. Ben, you can go to Dr. Ben contact info. That is in the chat. Just click on the blue writing. It comes up as a blue writing. Click on the blue writing, fill out the form, and then he will get back in contact with you. Dr. Ben, we're gonna ask people to call in, and unless you have more to give us, we'll take more from you, because
I can take a few calls. I can take a few. We're 42 minutes in, and I'm committed maybe about an hour to this.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. So for those who want to call in, the numbers are 954-529-8030, 954-529-8030. It is also a WhatsApp number. That's the Mek Wi Talk YouTube channel telephone number, 954-529-8030. It's also a WhatsApp number. You can call and ask Dr. Ben any question. He will answer you. Dr. Ben, if a person is on, say, diabetic medication, and they come to you, what would you recommend? They continue taking the diabetic medication, or they take what you have to give them?
As I said, that it depends. It depends on how advanced diabetes is, because here's what happened. You can't take somebody off or recommend that somebody come off medication that they've been on for an extended period of time, because guess what happened now? That is what the body knows. That is what the body has been depending on for a protracted period of time for there to be normalcy or functionality. What we are going to do, however, is that we are going to recommend, because prescription drugs, and medical doctors know this, no prescription drugs was originally intended for lifetime use or for extended use. There are crisis drugs, there are crisis medicines. Sorry, so as I said to persons, how do you know when to go to a medical doctor versus when to go to a naturopath? I said to persons, well, if you're having a emergency, if you're having a crisis, the best medicine, or what we call Western medicine, is crisis medicine. It's designed to deal with urgent matters. Your blood pressure is extremely high. Maybe one of the best way.
Hold on for me. Good afternoon, welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jeffrey.
Turn off your TV in the background, please, sir.
Okay. Turn it off.
Yeah. You have a question for Dr. Ben?
yes, I am I am taking I am diabetic and I have blood pressure, and my blood pressure always always high. It is more on the higher part of it than it is going down, and then now it is affecting on my function.
Mm-hmm.
You
And I know
understand?
which function that is. I know which function they're talking.
The, on my sexual function. It
Yeah,
it
man.
it it stands up, but it won't
Don't
last.
stay up. Don't
Sometimes,
last. Yeah, it's not sustained.
yes, and 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 when I came up here, I was everything was normal, but I have a thing there. I have eye problem,
Huh.
and I don't know if the I do some surgery and thing, and I'm taking eye drops and things, so I don't know if it's part of that. I don't know. And
Okay.
then stress.
Are you in the United States now, caller? Are you in Jamaica?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm in the United States.
Okay, Dr. Ben, what can you say to him pertaining to what he just explained to you?
Well, what I would say is I would start out by looking at his diet. That's where we always start out with, because the condition that he would have is not is a lifestyle disease. It's not caused by a bacteria. It's not caused by a virus. It's caused by a lifestyle. So what we would want to do is talk to him more to find out more about his lifestyle. Um, Most persons who have high blood pressure problems, there are underlying what you call it, you know, underlying medical issues. But most of the time, a lot of anything that would almost cause high blood pressure can be dealt with from a lifestyle level. So I would want to find out what his diet is like. I would want to find out what his stress level is like, what his sleeping level is like, how is his bowel movement, because all of this affects and impacts the hypertension. Some people it's caused by high salinity, eating high foods high in salt, or not having enough potassium, and especially for men, there may be other hormonal factors as well. Because once you reach a certain age, then the body goes through hormonal changes where there are reduction in certain hormones and increase of certain hormones that also affect the body as well. So there are multiplicity of issues that we would have to explore. I can give a general answer, but not a specific answer to him. All right, it's very important. One of the things that I believe a lot of natural practitioners do is use personal issues to just give people general ideas, and I don't want anybody to just go there and go try something because it can be harmful. Anything that can help you can potentially harm you, even when it's natural. All right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I would say to you, yeah, go ahead. You were saying something.
yes. When I was in Jamaica, I used to operate a forklift, and I think I did a fire, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did a fire, and then my bowel movements was it wasn't regular like normally that you would have bowel movement every day. It was like a 2 day, and since I've been listening to you, I I did a bit of a changes. I try to do a cleansing, but it is only from the spring cleansing that is being sold in the supermarket. That I took that as tea, and it gave me, so I realized now my bowel movement has changed. I'm going to the toilet a little bit
More,
more
more.
frequent, and it is not so difficult for me to pass that thesis.
So, Dr. Ben, do you want this caller to give you a call off air that you can speak to
Yeah,
him?
yeah, man. If you could give me a call, I could talk to him and more pointedly address his need, because it sounds like, it's a number of issues that we would need to explore to better guide him. What I can say is, I says that, the fact that he's brought up the issue, I can speak to factors that contribute in a general sense, and uh, possible possible solutions in a general sense. But as I always say, it's always best to get a specific consultation that would help me to give me more information to guide you. But there are a number of factors that can cause hypertension, high salt or high salinity diet, low potassium. There is also narrowing of the blood vessels, which is very common because a lot of the foods that we've eaten over the years, remember that for a very long period of time, most of the oils that we use are oils that causes calcification or buildup of cholesterol, plaque in the blood vessels, which is one of the major cause of persons having poor circulation, high blood pressure. And then this would also affect a lot of persons, because as you get older and the blood vessels get weaker, then they don't dilate and expand as they should. These are also factors that contribute to high blood pressure. There are things that you can do to help. There are things that you
Yes.
can do to them, and sometimes it's not necessarily something that you have to take, or sometimes it's a combination of what you need to take and what you need to do. It's not just because we live in a society where, we live in a society that I call a pill for a ill society. Most persons who come to us expect to get a pill for every ill, and that's not how it is in natural medicine. That was for something else. But a lot of the times, not that persons need to take a pill for the ill. Sometimes it is activities that they need to increase, or activities that they may need to avoid, or it may be a combination of stuff that they need to do in terms of supplementation, or physical activities or other activities that they may need to add to their lives or to their routine.
Yes. All right, caller.
Yes,
You
yes,
have a
Jeffrey.
pen on you?
Oh no, I have a mixed phone. Just you can give me the number.
Okay. The number is 876
Yes,
309
309
4783.
4783. So
Yes.
it's 3094783.
Yes. You can call Dr. Ben as soon as he get off here, and
Yes,
I know he has clinic now, but he will speak to you.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Thank you.
That's actually my assistant's number. So you won't get me directly from that number, because I said I have a couple persons here, but I will get to you
Yes,
before the day is
I
up.
understand.
All right,
I
caller.
understand, Doctor.
Thank you for calling in.
Okay, thanks. Yes, you're welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much. We're speaking to
I'm an ardent listener now.
I know that, man. I know that. Thank you for listening.
Yes, yes.
All right, my good
All
friend.
right. Yeah, cool.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, man. So as I said, Jeffrey, our main approach is teaching, is education. The greatest weapon against sickness and disease is not medication, even if it's natural. The greatest the greatest weapon against sickness and disease is education, not medication. And we lead by education, and then we support by medication. So that's one of the things. So the Heal Thyself retreat, as I said, the virtual one starts on the 1st of August. So if persons fill out the form, we'll give them information. And for persons who want to, if you're listening, I can't call any labels now. I can't call any labels, but you would know the labels that you have. Whatever the sickness is, whatever this disease is, the body heals itself. I'm not taking credit here. The body heals itself. But what we have now, Jeffrey, is something very powerful in our arsenal, and that is a facility where persons can come and they can stay, and we are able to guide that healing process, not virtually, not remotely, but if you come, it's very, it's where, because, and this is why it is needed. When a person depending on how weak the person is, if they're approaching a natural modality, sometimes in the process, in the natural approach, the person may have what is called healing reaction. So, for example, let me give you an example. There are some persons who may have certain conditions who, while they are introducing a natural approach, they may have issues with their blood pressure being lowered. They may
Yes.
have issues, and so we like to keep those persons where we can monitor them. Some conditions require monitoring, because if it is not monitored, the response can be a very stressful reaction. Yeah, but when you are being monitored, then that stressful reaction would be something that we anticipate, and it would have been something that we are equipped and experienced to deal with. So I recommend the coming to Jamaica, especially for certain chronic ailments. Now, read between the lines. Read between the lines. You would know what those chronic ailments are. I can't list them, but whatever the chronic ailments that you have, you can come for 10 days, and we can help to guide you
So
and support you.
in other words, Dr. Ben, that when they come for 10 days, you offer a facility where they can stay and so forth, and you monitor them? So you're
That
saying?
is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That is for those who have chronic ailments. Now, apart from that, we have our virtual retreat, our virtual. So for those persons who identify that they have some condition, they're not comfortable with their health, but they're not chronic to the state where they have to come, then that Heal Thyself retreat, which is the one that you're participating, and we call it the virtual retreat, that starts the 1st of August. So if persons are interested, then they would need to fill out the form so we can contact them for them to know what they need to do prior to. In most cases, we need to do a consultation. So for this gentleman that reach out to us, we would need to do a consultation, because the Heal Thyself retreat isn't a one-cap-fit-all approach. It's very much tailored to person's needs. So even though some components are generic, there has to be components that are unique to the person. So we would need to talk to the person to know more, to guide to the person as to the specificity or the personal crafted therapy or approach that they would need.
We're speaking to Dr. Ben. We have a couple more minutes leave. The number to call is 954-529-8030. It's also a WhatsApp number. You can call into Dr. Ben and ask any question. He will answer your questions. The numbers to call into the program now is 954-529-8030. I'm going on a retreat with him the 1st of August because I need to lose some weight. I'm overweight. I would say that I'm obese, and it is really not affecting my in a sense, but it's affecting me in another sense. I wouldn't say sexual or anything like that, but it's affecting me because I don't like how I look, Dr. Ben, and sometimes I don't feel good. Being honest with you.
Yes.
So I have to go on this.
Coming off now.
Yeah, and Dr. Ben, we have to go now. So so tell us some more about the retreat that we're gonna have the 1st of August. Then I can let you go.
All right, so for persons who want to do it, as I said, all they would need to do is to fill out the form, and we will talk to persons personally and tell them what they need to do in order to personalize the program for them. As I say, it's geared towards teaching persons, educating persons, so they can take charge of their health, and they can they can not just learn, but they can share what they learn with somebody else. So whereas even if they paid for the knowledge, they have no acquired knowledge that they can offer for free to maybe somebody who can't afford it. They can share what they learn to them.
Yes. And for those who are
I have to run now. I have to run now. So I want to thank you for having me. And I hope that the little time that I spent was edifying enough for somebody to benefit. And I'll make sure that next time when I come on, I'm not in a position like this where I have to be hurrying. I can stay as long as is needed, as persons would want me, so I can share, because this is something that I really value and enjoy doing.
Yeah.
All right.
And as a matter of fact, what we can do, we can schedule a date and a time when you can come on and say about 2 hours or so.
I'd love that. All right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Dr. Ben. Thank you so much. And we'll talk.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Dr. Ben. The number to call for Dr. Ben is 876-309-4783. Or there is a thing in the chat, a link in the chat, where you can click on the blue writing and it goes straight to Dr. Ben information. So you see you have Dr. Ben contact info. You can click on that, click on the blue writing, and it goes straight to you. Fill out that with your telephone number and everything, and he will get back in contact with you. And also you can call his number. I think his number is also a WhatsApp number for Jamaica. It's 876-309-4783. 876-309-4783. That is the number for Dr. Ben. You can call him and he will assist you. He has a program going on where to detox your body, heal your body, and so forth. I'm going on it on the 1st of August because I need to lose some weight. And when you reach a certain age and you have on a lot of weight, it's not good for you. So I'm going to try and see what I can do to assist myself in the sense of losing some weight. Click on the blue writing in the chat. I just put it up in there. Click on the blue writing, and it will lead you straight to Dr. Ben information. You can follow your information to him, or you can call 876-309-4783. That's 876-309. Hold on for me, please. 309-4783. That's the numbers you can call in for Dr. Ben, and he will call you back, get back in contact with you, and speak to you to whatever issues you have. That's Dr. Ben. He is a herbal doctor, and he was speaking about what he can take also to help you with dengue fever out of Jamaica. It's a little bush that you can help with that too. The views heard on this program does not reflect that of the Mek Wi Talk program. The radio station, it's sorry, I can read that again. The views heard on this program does not reflect that of the Mek Wi Talk program, its management or staff of the program. Those are the views of the guests that we have on the program a while ago. As I said before, you can call into the program. You can call Dr. Ben rather, and he will assist you in talking to you, in helping you to get a little bit healthier. Because many of us, we need to really get healthy because of what is going on. So many things is going on nowadays that, we eat so many things that is not healthy for us and we keep on eating it. So, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead, call Dr. Ben, 876-309-4783, 876-309-4783, 876-309-4783. Or there's a link in the bio. You can click on that link and it will take you straight to Dr. Ben. Thank you all very much for coming on. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you and may God bless Jamaica land we love. Have a great afternoon, everyone. It was nice being here. It's been a nice program with Dr. Ben. Thank you all very much. Although we're having a technical difficulties getting on because for some unknown reason, I was kicked out of every single account that I have. My stream account, my this account, whatever. I don't know what happened. But I had to change up some stuff to get on to make sure that our people are educated in so many things. Thank you all very much, my family, friends, and neighbors. Thank you all for coming on. And remember that come Friday, we'll be broadcasting live from the Man in the Wilderness forum over there in Canada. Broadcasting live from there. May God bless you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon, everyone. God bless.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek we talk, my people, Mek we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek we talk, people, Mek we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek we talk.